everybody, ELS, and welcome everybody to another railroad history video. And folks, this is not going to be engine related. Today we're just talking about the Escanaba and Lake Superior Railroad in general. So, let's talk about the history of the railroad. And we got a flashback. So, imagine your time machine going off. We go back all the way to 1897. When I. Stevenson Company, through its Escanaba River Company, built a logging railroad from Wells on the shore of Lake Michigan, 7 miles inland, in touch of hardwood lumber. To expand the line, the Escanaba Lake Superior Railroad was incorporated in 1898. The year it was chartered, the ELS, continuing the line to Watson, 26 miles, eventually to Channing, Michigan. So, originally, the original part of the line from Wells to Channing, Michigan was 63.5 miles. Where in Channing, before it was the ELS, it was the Milwaukee Road. The railroad was reorganized in the 1900s as the Escanaba and Lake Superior Road. Before it was the Escanaba and Lake Superior Railway. Yep, so there you go. Interesting little cool facts. So from 1900 to 1936, before the Milwaukee Road / the Chicago Northwestern ore pooling agreement of the 1930s, the Milwaukee Mile ore cars were moving ore docks from Escanaba over the ELS. So cool facts there. And while we're talking about the line, I will talk about some of the cool facts with the Wells to Channing part of the line. So the last time, by the way, folks, for people wanting to learn about the line parts, the Wells to Channing part, the last part time that was used would have been around, I think, 2012, as I heard, was the last time they used it. So we'll continue on here. The ELS was known, alright, let's take on with here. Logging and iron ore were the railroad's primary sources of traffic. And over the years, as the logging side of the business died off, the carrying of paper and lumber products increased, along with the I can't say that word, and other industry products. Mixed trains continued on the Wells to Channing line until the 1960s. Now, during this time, when they went to diesel, the ELS were known for dieselizing in the late 1940s with Baldwin switchers and road switchers, and adding several second-off RS-12s and 2 RF-16, the Baldwin Sharks, in the 1970s and 80s. Folks, if you have not heard about the Baldwin Sharks, I will recommend look up the Baldwin RF-16 Sharks. Look that up on YouTube or look up on the internet. They are one of, if not the coolest engines to look at. So the current road power included EMD ST40/2s, GP38s, and ST9s. In the 1980s, now we're moving really along with time, the ELS took over operations and eventually purchased, with financial aid for track recovery for the states of Michigan and Wisconsin, several Milwaukee Road lines from Channing south to Green Bay, Wisconsin, and north to Republic, Wisconsin, and northwest to, I think I'm saying this, Ontonagon. And I'll talk about here in a minute about those. So let's talk about the Channing to Ontonagon line. That was milepost 315.3 to 407.7. Now, unfortunately, the Channing to Ontonagon line is no longer in use. Now the customer in Ontonagon, there was a paper mill there, and if you guys haven't looked at this, there is a DVD of the ELS. If you have not seen the DVD, I recommend take a look at it. It's a really cool DVD. But I'll go through a couple of the stations they had with the Channing Ontonagon subdivision. They have Channing, Amasa, but there are several stations, and a couple other cool facts I will pull up. But yeah, so that's with the Channing Ontonagon line, and then obviously Channing to Green Bay, which is what with the ELS relatedness. So let's talk about then the next part about this. Channing to Green to the alright. Well, there's two parts. Let's start with the Channing to Crivets deal. So the milepost from Channing to Crivets was 315.3 to 248.1, and I'll go through what there were. Channing, Segola, Randville, Groverland Junction, Maryland, Iron Mountain, Pembine, McGrove Landing, Beecher Lake, Amberg, Wazaki were the ones. Now, obviously, with Segola, you guys know where the LP Smartside Lumber yard is. I think Randville has a log yard there, but I remembered it. The Groveland Junction, I don't think they use anymore, but I could be mistaken. Iron Mountain to Kingsford. You guys don't know what videos I've seen. You guys have caught with me. You guys know they have a second line between Iron Mountain and Kingsford. Pembine, obviously, we'll get to the ELS and CN part of the deal here. Beecher Lake. Now, originally, folks, and cool fact I found out, originally Beecher did have 2 tracks. Unfortunately, now they only have 1 track there. Amberg, they had 2 tracks there because they had some log cars there. Wazaki obviously has a second line for storage right now. And then Crivets, well, obviously it's one of the big yards. But continuing on, related with the, we'll continue on here with the Crivets to Green Bay part. So Crivets to Green Bay, the subdivision, that would be milepost 248.1 all the way down to 197.2. And some of the several stops they have is Crivets, Pound, Coleman, Lena, Styles Junction, Abrams. Now, from the info I have, this is back in the 80s, so then they'll be in the Green Bay and Western. If you haven't seen that railroad, to compete against some of their engines, that's also cool to look at. They're no longer in service, but talking now about there's some more facts with the ELS when they bought all this stuff. The ELS also bought a couple of small former Sioux and Green Bay Northwestern branches. Now, in 1992, we're going to continue heading ahead in the time. We're just going to chug it along. ELS negotiated trackage rights over the Wisconsin Central former Sioux line, now Canadian National, from Escanaba to Pembine, Wisconsin, on the Channing to Green Bay line. This resulted in the abandonment of the original Escanaba to Channing part of the line. So that's why that part of the line is not used anymore. Because originally they did use that part of the line. But now the Escanaba to Pembine part of the line that CN owns, the ELS use it. Now, so they can actually, let's just say, for example, with a couple weeks ago, or I think it's now been a month, if you guys remember with ELS 1221 and 400, how did they get them there? Well, it's from the CN Escanaba to Pembine part of the line they took them from. And let's go over a couple more interesting facts, and I go to talk about some of the engines. Alright, let's see if I can find something here. Where is it? Alright, and obviously 2003, and I've said this in our history thing. In 2003, the railroad bought two of the SD40/2's X electro motors, diesel leasing. It was ELS 500 and 501, and unusually, an FP7 ELS 600 2 years ago. Obviously, if you have not watched the ELS 600 thing, that explains what that thing was about. Now, the SD9s, let's see. The SD9s that we have been very used to, they were bought in 1985, and now it said originally there were 5 of them. Never mind, it was 4. It was 1220 and 1224. Now, talking about one of the ST9s, 1223, it is still, I think, running, but it only operates the Wells to Escanaba part. It was restricted due to an inspection found the prime mover was having problems. And obviously, we talked about it, early 2020, 502 and 503 were obviously bought into the ELS. And, well, obviously, now we talk about it here in 2024, 1221, returning back to the mainline service. But yeah, that is really it. So there was a total of 347 miles of track from northeast Wisconsin to the upper Michigan that the ELS had. The main line from Rockford, Michigan to Green Bay, Wisconsin is 208 miles. And yeah, so when it started, the original track was 7 miles back from the 1897. But yeah, that is it. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed the history of the ELS thing, make sure to give a like, subscribe. If I forgot anything, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear some interesting facts that maybe I may have unfortunately forgotten. But yeah, that is it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Share this video out. If you have friends that are interested to learn about the railroad and they want to learn, send that video out and let them know. And we will see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.